Hey guys, it is Coach Gina here, and I am super excited to be taking you through your strength workout for today. You can see I have a kettlebell here, but you are welcome to also use a dumbbell, and you can do all of the same exercises that I'll be doing with my kettlebell today. So either a moderate to heavy dumbbell or a moderate to heavy kettlebell is what you're going to need. You're also going to want a mat, and then you do need something today to keep track of your rounds. In addition, I always recommend having some water close by, maybe a towel, because you might sweat a whole lot. So I will explain the entire workout to you. I'll show you each exercise. I'll break them down individually, but I like to get through this warm up first. I usually put in some of the movements into your warm up so you get a chance to experience them, and then we get to break them down, talk about them a little bit, take a break, and then we'll come back and we will get in this workout together. All right, so let's go ahead, pick up your dumbbell or your kettlebell. I'd like you to go ahead. If you have a dumbbell, you're just gonna hold it by the head of the dumbbell. This kettlebell, you can see I am holding it like a goblet, and we're gonna go into some goblet squats here. Feet outside the hip, chest is up in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's do it. So drop down into that squat. Chest is up and lifted, gently pushing the knees out and bracing the core, keeping a long, straight spine. Good team, press into those heels. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, step your feet together. Take your weight, and I just want you to tip forward and stand, warming up the posterior chain. Tip forward, nice long straight back. Again, driving through the heels of the feet. Warming up the back of that body. Squeeze your glutes. Brace your core. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to keep those feet right underneath your hip. High pull it up. So just keep that weight close to the body. Drive it up. Tighten down the core. Elbows go straight up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those feet out again. We're going to do some kettlebell swinging. You will see these in your workout today. Want to get these just right. So squat like you're going to hike the kettlebell or the dumbbell. So you have it just behind you, chest is up, and then stand, use your hips and drive that kettlebell forward. We're going to stop at the shoulders. You want to make sure that you are bracing the core. Dip, drive, dip, drive. Squeeze your butt violently. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Go ahead, place that weight down. Let's come onto your mat. Feet are on the floor, palms up facing the ceiling. Bring your knees directly over top of your hip. Drop, lift, drop, lift. So each time you drop, bring the knees directly back over the hip line. We're gonna add the upper body on the knee lift. So lift, lower, lift, and lower. Squeeze your shoulder blades in the back, and then squeeze your rib cage toward the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, feet come down, walk them close to your butt. Let's go into some hip bridges. So lift and lower, lift and lower. Drive your heels into the ground. Make sure you're breathing here, guys. Really important to breathe. Nice tight core, and glutes are also equally tight. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, gang, last thing I want to do, you can leave that weight on the floor. What I'd like to do are just some sumo squats. So we're going to take that wide stance and finish up our warm up with sumo squats and then some shoulder rolls, and that is it. Push the knees out, chest up, squeeze your butt. Good. Make sure you're not hinging forward on these. 5, 4, 3, 2, And time. Give me a couple big shoulder rolls here. And boom. We have completed your warm-up. Let's talk about your workout. You have a 16-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as possible. Okay, so you want to try to get in as many rounds as you can in this 16-minute time block. We have quite a few exercises to get through, but nothing crazy. So, your first one, we showed it in the warm-up. Goblet squat, there are 8 of these. Feet outside the hip, holding your dumbbell or your kettlebell. Dumbbell will be by the head of the dumbbell. Kettlebell, just like you see me here. 8 goblet squats. When you complete your 8 goblet squats, we go into 16 kettlebell swings. Remember, a kettlebell swing, you're hiking a ball. So you're gonna start down. That kettlebell is down on the floor, and then you start by hiking it. We're gonna stop at the shoulder. You want to push your hips forward and squeeze your butt. You gotta keep that core tight in order to protect your back. There are 16 of those. And then 24 Russian twists. On that Russian twist, you have options, which we'll talk about in the workout, but you can lift your feet. You can lower your feet. You can also drop the weight. 24 kettlebell or dumbbell Russian twist. And then we start coming down this ladder. Then we have sumo, deadlift, high pull. So we're gonna start in that nice wide position with the feet. Sumo deadlift, we stand it up. High pull, we drive up and then back down and we start over. 16 of these. 16 kettlebell or dumbbell, sumo, deadlift, high pull, and we finish the round with 8 hollow rocks. On a hollow rock, shoulder and arms are lifted. Hardest is gonna be elbows to the ear. Rock up and down, 2, 3, and etc. to 8. When you hit your 8th hollow rock, that's where you want to write down your rounds. So if that was like round 3, you put your little hash mark and you move on, starting right back at the top. Let me recap that for you. 16 minutes. Your goal is to complete as many rounds as possible of 8 goblet squats, 16 kettlebell swings, 24 Russian twists, 16 kettlebell or dumbbell sumo deadlift high pull, 8 hollow rocks. All right, that's that, you guys. Go grab yourself a sip of water. If you didn't already have your mat or your weight or whatever, something to keep score, water, grab that, bring it to your place. We'll get started in about 20 seconds. See you soon. All right, gang, we are back for our 16-minute AMRAP, starting with 8 goblet squats. I grabbed a dumbbell so I could show you that option. Feet outside the hip, chest up. We start with 8 goblet squats in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 8 goblet squats. You can see how I'm holding that dumbbell now by the head of the dumbbell. And I showed you in the warm-up and the demo how you would hold it if you have that kettlebell in its place. Let me show you. Next up is 16 kettlebell swings. So on a kettlebell swing with the dumbbell, once again, holding it by the head, lift and lower. Now, if that feels really hard to hold on to, you can also flip it and come here. That option is going to be on the kettlebell right here. Make sure you use your hips and you squeeze your butt. There are 16 of these. Bend your knees. Once you hit your 16th swing, you're on the floor. You have that Russian twist. So, whether you want to use the dumbbell or the kettlebell, it's up to you. Feet up or down. Can you hear explosions?
pulsing in the sound. Can you see the shock waves?
When you hit 24 of those, you're up. We have sumo, deadlift, high pull. Sumo means wide, okay? Wide feet, start. Down on the floor, chest up, driving the heel, stand that move up, high pull it up, and then back down. There are 16 of these. Up, pull, down. So your count goes 8, 16, 24, 16, 8. Notice, I'm not turning this into a good morning. Sink down, chest up, knees out, brace the core, driving the heel, and then elbow comes to shoulder line, and then back down. Make sure you keep it nice and wide. On your 16th, you're gonna come down. You're gonna give me 8 hollow rocks. On the hollow rock, down, counts as 1. Heel touch the ground, 3, 4, option. Arms come in, option. Bend the knees, option. Tap the feet, option, drop the head. Bring the legs out a little further. Lots of different ways that you can make progress on that hollow rock if you don't have mastery of that position yet. When you finish your 8 hollow rock, mark down your round so you can keep track. That will be your score. And then you're right back to the top, you guys. Picking up that dumbbell or that kettlebell, feet outside the hip. We had 8. Knees out, chest up, belly tight, push into the heels. Make sure our chest is not falling forward. When you hit 8, you have those 16 swings. Remember, there is hip motion happening here, so you have to brace the core, keeping that back safe. Violent squeeze of the booty. When you hit 16 swings, come on down. We have those Russian twists. I kept my feet up the whole time the last time. I'll show you the feet down option. There are 24 of these, counting each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so feet down. Pretty much the same thing, guys. When you hit 24, you're up. We have sumo, deadlift, high pull. Let me show you with the dumbbell. You're gonna grab both ends of that dumbbell, pretty much exactly the same as the kettlebell. You just have a little wider hand grip. Wide feet, that's where sumo comes from. Come down, pull it up. Option, can always turn it this way if that is more comfortable, but you see, it limits your range of motion here. So I would either recommend holding it on each head, or if you have that kettlebell, using that kettlebell. You have 16 of these.
Inside I'm hurting. This ain't a feeling I can keep. So blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night.
10 minutes left. When you hit your last sumo deadlift high pull, we're into that hollow rock. Talked about lots of options last time. 1, 2, 3, etc. Option, bring the arms in, bend the knee. If this is still too much, you can bring shoulders down. What I'd like you to do, try to bring those feet away from the body as far as you can. And if your back and butt are staying down, you can try lifting up the shoulders. If that's still too much, walk it out, 1 foot at a time. You would do 16 total there. All right, so once you complete that, mark your rounds down. That's how you're gonna keep your score, so don't forget to do that. And then we are back to the top. Sorry, my hair is in my mouth. We are back to the top, starting with those 8 goblet squats. Feet outside the hip, chest is up, dumbbell or kettlebell. Let's do this. On your 8th, you transition into the swing, 16 swings. Your feet position doesn't really change here. You want to hike that ball, coming just to shoulder height. Be careful, you're not hinging forward here. My chest is staying up, even on the hike, just to shoulder. Squeeze your butt violently. On your last one, you're down for Russian twist. I showed you feet down, feet up. What about no weight? So lean back. You don't have to hold weight. You still want to come across the body and pretend like you're putting something down on the other side of your hip. When you finish, you're up, sumo deadlift high pull. Remember, sumo means wide. Get that wide stance, shoulders down, kettlebells on the floor, sink down, chest up, pick it up, high pull it up. There are 16 of these. Brace your core. When you get your 16th, you know it, down in that hollow rock position. You know lots of options now. What works best in your body? What's gonna help you get to your goal, right? It's not about what I'm doing. If you're working out with someone, it's not about what they're doing. It's what gets you to your goal. 8 hollow rocks. On the 8th one, this is where I recommend making your little hashtag, hash mark, whatever that's called. And then water. I haven't mentioned that yet. You need a sip of water? Take a sip of water. We're back into 8 goblet squats. Feet outside the hip, chest up, and we are off. When you get there, then we have those kettlebell swings. Feet position doesn't really have to change here. My hips are helping this kettlebell float up. Hip drive, hip drive, hip drive. Now, with that hip drive, what's happening on the glutes? Got to squeeze them tight. That keeps back intact, core tight, everything nice and tight. When you get to your 16 on the swings, you're down, you are in your Russian twist. You guys, 4.5 minutes left. That's it. Try to get through as many of these as you can in your last 4 minutes, 15 seconds. I want you guys to reach your goal, whatever that goal is. Let's get it there together. When you hit it, back into sumo deadlift high pull. Again, wide. 16 of these guys, keeping the weight close to your body. Wide stance. Sink down, chest up, drive right close to the body. When you hit 16, 8 hollow rocks. 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes left, guys, on that hollow rock. Again, choose what works for you today. On that 8th one, mark your round. Come on up, right back to the top. 8 goblet squats, here we come. Feet outside the hip, chest up, core tight. Next are the kettlebell swings, 16. Squeeze your butt violently. When you get there, come on down, 24, Russian twist. Feet up, feet down, weight, no weight, lean back till you feel that core engaged. When you get there, you have 1 minute. 1 minute. How many can you get through? Last minute. Those 16 kettlebell or dumbbell, sumo, deadlift high pull. 45 seconds, guys. Stay active in that workout. Do not stop until you hear that bell. No matter where you are, even if you just finished around a hollow rocks, start back at the top. $15, guys, push. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thought I had more time. All right, since I'm on the floor, everybody come with me down on that floor. Grab your knees toward the chest, release that low back. Breathe, guys. Let one leg drop, other leg comes up, stretching out the hamstring here. Start to feel that heart rate come down. Switch legs, other leg up. Good. All right, let's go ahead. Seated position, please. In that seated position, bring your feet together, lean forward, open up those hip flexors, inner outer thighs. Good. From here, legs out in front of you. One leg crosses and then give yourself a hug. Come across the body. Nice stretch here. Make sure your head is looking at the back of your room. And let's switch that. Other side, please. Head looking behind you. Good, bring those feet back. Lift, dive forward, reach for the toes. Does not matter if you cannot touch your toes. It does not matter. Maybe you're here. You're still feeling a nice stretch through the back of that body. That is what matters here. All right, guys, let's roll out those shoulders, all those high pulls, swings, even those kettlebell Russian twists can work those arms. So give those shoulders a nice roll. Again. And boom, you are done with your workout. I hope that you had a great workout today. As always, I'm so appreciative of you joining me here. Can't wait to see you again. Keep being amazing. If you guys are heading back to school soon, have a great year. Take care, everybody. Bye.